All right, so now we're going to do the third step of the Pinewood Derby car. So at this point, you have drawn your car. You got a signature on the bottom of it. Then you cut out your car with a coping saw, and now you've got approval to move forward. You should probably bring me your car and show it to me at this point so I can give you some advice just in case you made some mistakes along the way. All right, I'm going to have you, no, actually I can't. Yeah, I need you to stand over this way and aim downwards so that nobody's in there. So aim down first, so you can see here, but nobody there is in the video. Okay. All right. So as I'm looking here, I still have a full line all the way from front to back. Yeah, do whatever you can to try to get a good view, but make sure they're not in the video. So because I did this correctly, I still have a line here, and I still have the line on the other side as well. It is much wider here than it is over there. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm going to start out with this heavy file. This is my favorite heavy file I have. One of my files has gone missing that I really like very much. This is my blue handled rough file. It works very well, but any of the rough files should be fine. You'll notice that I'm down here on my knees because I'm trying to get really up and close here. Kids who don't do well on this thing stand up here and are just kind of moving like this while they're yapping at their friends. I'm going to get down here and I'm going to start removing wood from this side here. If this file hits this side, it's going to chip it out. It's going to take out chunks. So step number one is to use a rough file to remove wood from this side to get down to that line. I do not want to, under any circumstances, I do not want to remove that line. Because that line is my only way of knowing that that's where I was looking for. We originally took time and effort to make sure that we were being careful to draw those lines. We took measurements and made sure that they were parallel with each other. We took time and effort to make sure that we had it drawn on the same side, both sides. Now, if I overfile and I lose that line, then I have no idea where that line is anymore, and I can never focus on that line or work towards that line. It could be just below the horizon. It could be way below the horizon. Okay, I'm going to flip it around. Try not to hurt my hand. I need to put this thing above the level of the vise here because I really don't want to hit this against here because it's going to dull this thing really badly. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Once again, you can still see I still have that whole line there. You stop, please. Okay. So now I've gotten down to the line on both sides. And I've got what's called a hump in the middle, okay? So now I want to take a pencil and draw a line on the top here like this, and a line on the top like this. Yeah, that's a good perspective to stay at right there. So that as I'm removing wood from the middle, I can make sure that I don't remove wood from the sides. I do not want to remove that wood right there. I'm going to try to make this completely level, which I'm going to talk about in just a second. I'm going to get this to a level that would get you a passing grade, because it's going to take me way too long to get this to a level that would get you a really great grade, and I don't want to make an hour-long video. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to get it to that level right there, but need to be careful. At some point, you're going to want to switch to a smoother file. Now, I'm going to grab a square, and I'm going to take it over the table saw. Follow me over here. Keep the students out of the video. around over here. Okay, so this is where I'm going to check to see how much light is showing. I want you to move the camera so you can see from right here. You can see that that is actually pretty level. There's a little bit of light right here, less right there. I'd say it's less than 1/8 of an inch. We're getting close to 1/8 of an inch over here, but probably still about a 6. Right there is where it's really not so great. You can see the gap right there as I work my way from front to back. So on the rubric where it talks about how much light is showing, this is what I'm talking about. How much light is showing when you check it with a square. Now, here's what people do. Back up just a little bit so you can kind of see me as a whole. Here's how I'm going to know whether or not you are a student who is taking this seriously or not, and whether or not you're really trying to be level or not. It's all about your hand placement. Kids who do this are not trying to figure out if their car is level or not. They're trying to convince themselves that the car is level because they're pushing down up here, and that's bad. Because, yeah, stay out of the video, please. Okay? Students that are like this, kind of the same thing. Students that are down here are definitely being honest with themselves, because in order to use a square, you really need to be pushing up hard against the table saw here. Otherwise, you're trying to convince yourself that it's level by trying to make it look level up here. All the while down here, it's not at all doing anything. This is a waste of your time. This is honesty. Checking to see how level your car is. All right, one more piece of advice. Let me grab a pencil and stay right there for a second. Something that I really enjoy as a person who makes things is recognizing that if I do something 12 times, I'm going to do it better the 12th time than I did the first time. I'm going to do it better the 3rd time than I did the first time. So if you focus on the entire car all at one time, and you're just trying to level the entire car all at one time, then this is the first time you've ever leveled a car this way, and it's the last time you're probably ever going to level a car this way, and you will have only done it once in your life. If you were to say, only try to level the first 1/2 inch, and you're only focusing on this first 1/2 inch, and then once you get that really level, focus on the next 1/2 inch. You're going to do a little better the next time around. Then you work on the third 1/2 inch, and by the time you've done the third 1/2 inch, you're a little better at this, so you're probably going to go back to that first 1/2 inch and make it even better. If you break the car down into small little steps, working your way back, you're going to be far more successful, and it's less intimidating. If you try to do the whole car at one time, you're going to fail. So focus a little bit at a time and work your way back. Get to the point. If you want to do well on this assignment, you're looking for extremely level. You're looking for very, very little light all the way across from front to back. Okay? Now once you get, come back up here to me. Nobody's behind me, right? Once you get to the point where your car is really level, then you can come talk to me and we can discuss ways that you can improve your car or make it more complex. You can focus on a bird's eye view, things like that. Until your car is really pretty level, I'm not going to let you move forward with things like bird's eye views or adding fins or other things you might want to do. One last thing, never under any circumstances round these edges. I know you want to, of course you want to. It makes it look so much nicer, so much quicker. But if you do so, it immediately puts light in place where you're going to lose points on your grade. So you have to get it very level. If you really want to round your edges, you're going to need to get it very level. Have me look at it, have me give you a grade for how level it is, and then you can round your edges at that point. All right, that's it.